It should be noted that had Clyde Phillips decided to stay on the show during its original run instead of leaving after season 4, he claims he had a much different ending for the series in mind, which he would go on to explain for the first time during an interview following the series finale in 2013. In the very last scene of the series, Dexter wakes up, and everybody is going to think, oh, it was a dream, and then the camera pulls back, and back, and back, and then we realize, no, it's not a dream. Dexter's opening his eyes and he's on the execution table at the Florida penitentiary. They're just starting to administer the drugs, and he looks out through the window to the observation gallery. And in the gallery are all the people that Dexter killed, including the Trinity Killer, and the Ice Truck Killer, LaGuerta, who he was responsible for killing, Dokes, who he's arguably responsible for, Rita, who he's arguably responsible for, Lila, all the big deaths, and also whoever the weekly episodic kills were. They are all there. That's what I envisioned for the ending of Dexter. That everything we've seen over the past 8 seasons has happened in the several seconds from the time they start Dexter's execution to the time they finish the execution and he dies. Literally, his life flashed before his eyes as he was about to die, which would have been a perfect ending compared to what we got. So knowing that now, having Dexter get shot by Harrison at the end of New Blood seemed to be Clyde's compromise to reach the conclusion of executing Dexter like the original idea for his ending, while still staying true to the events that took place in the original series, which, as we know now, wasn't received well by audiences at all. With all that in mind, when we now look at Original Sin and the return of Dexter with Resurrection, this very well could be Clyde attempting to bring his original ending to life, as Original Sin begins with Dexter's life flashing before his eyes to show us more of his past. And while this is purely speculation for Resurrection, having Dexter be revived could be the start of a series that sees Dexter have to actually face his crimes, potentially even ending with the death penalty that Clyde envisioned so many years ago. Of course, only time will tell. Either way, you potentially heard it here first. On top of that, Clyde claimed in that interview that he had never told anyone his idea for the original ending before. However, following the negative reception of Dexter's original finale, producer John Goldwyn would reveal at a New York Film Festival that Showtime straight up manipulated the outcome of the ending by strictly forbidding the writers to kill off Dexter, which is ultimately what led them to kill Deborah instead. So regardless of if Clyde was telling the truth or not, it seems that no matter where the series was heading, it was always meant to end with Dexter's death, in one way or another, and we'll have to see if Resurrection stays true to that or not.